While growing up in the 1980s, I remember a popular rock band called Fleetwood Mac. Some of you may be familiar with them. And this morning I was thinking about their song, Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow. It is a phrase that I think is very applicable to any person who is justice impacted. They should not stop thinking about tomorrow because there are a lot of challenges ahead. Regardless of what stage in the journey we're in, we could always be sowing seeds and making a pathway that will help us prepare for the challenges we're going to face. Obviously, when people are at the very beginning of the stages, they're only thinking about getting ready for sentencing. Once they've been sentenced, they're only thinking about getting out of prison. But the reality is, every day we make decisions that can have a direct influence on whether we get out early or whether we become successful when we get out. My name is Michael Santos. I'm the founder of Prison Professors, and it's very important for me to convey this message to hundreds of thousands of people who are serving sentences in jails and prisons across America. And the reason it's so important is because the statistics show that the longer we expose people to corrections, the less likely they are to function outside. But the people who succeed on the other side, it's because they have planned. Because they followed the wisdom of Fleetwood Mac and said they didn't stop thinking about tomorrow. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's journal. I'm going to be reading our journal entry for today. Today is July 31st. It's the last day of July. And I wrote about how to build a tribe. So as human beings, we all face crises and at one time or another. We can differentiate ourselves by showing how we respond. Some people ignore the problems or live in denial. Others plan a strategy to help them recalibrate, rebuild, and succeed. Through our work at Prison Professors, we strive to show justice-impacted people how to respond after an arrest or criminal prosecution. They have got to create a plan, and that plan should address specific challenges and different stages. Ultimately, the plan should help people recalibrate so they can go on to live with meaning and relevance and dignity. They may accelerate the plan if they work to restore and rebuild a reputation. Because we're in a digital age, which makes it easy for people to learn about a person's criminal record. Now, if not appropriately addressed, that record can complicate a person's pathway to success. Even after a person serves a prison term, collateral consequences await. We must prepare. While it may seem like an uphill battle, a well-executed personal marketing strategy can significantly impact public perception. This strategy worked well for me. It works well for global corporations too. Consider an example from McDonald's. McDonald's is a prime example of how marketing can transform public perception. Few people would argue that McDonald's makes the best cheeseburgers they've ever tasted. Yet statistics show that McDonald's sells more cheeseburgers than any other restaurant. So just think about that for a second. They're not the best cheeseburger that anybody has tasted, but they sell more than any other cheeseburger. Why? Well, McDonald's strategic marketing efforts, brand consistency, and relentless focus on success bring results that shareholders want. Shareholders want the restaurants to be profitable. They may not even eat McDonald's hamburgers. They don't care. They know what they want, and they created a marketing strategy and executed their plan. They have built a tribe of followers, and those followers all recognize the golden arches. That's a tactic, and we can learn a lot from that example. So we've got to build a positive narrative, and to prepare for success after prison, we need effective strategies. Those strategies should include tactics to help others see our commitment to reconciliation. Step 1, we should build a record of incremental progress that supports our commitment to success. Step 2, we should memorialize how we have worked to prepare. And step 3, we should show how we have contributed to the making of a better culture or community, documenting the story of how many people we have helped. Those micro steps over time can help us restore confidence and help others begin to view us from a different lens. Instead of judging us for the decisions that led to our criminal conviction, they begin to see us for how we responded. This effort helps us build trust, and we could translate our body of work into a better reputation. No one will know what we have done if we do not document our preparations for success upon release. Without a personal action plan, we can get stuck with a bad reputation, limiting our opportunities. When I visit prisons to present the importance of preparing for success upon release, many people tell me how hard they work. And I try to engage the members of the audience with a question about reading. Could you tell me how many books you have read since you began serving your sentence? Typically, people say that they read a lot. But saying I read a lot of books is not nearly as powerful as giving data. I've read 92 books and I've written 92 book reports. Each report shows the reason I chose to read the book, what I learned, and why reading it will contribute to my success upon release. If a person can show all 92 reports in a central location, he has an asset, a resource. He could use that resource to validate his self-directed effort to prepare for success. People will begin to view him from a different lens. He isn't the kind of person who talks about wanting to succeed upon release. Instead, he is the kind of person who knows how to prepare for success. The harder a person works to memorialize his preparations for success, the more credibility and trust he builds. Those records become transformational, improving an online reputation. And it is part of a personal marketing strategy, empowering people to communicate with a broader audience. We should work to build a tribe of advocates, building a tribe which is helping others succeed. Many people in prison use their time to help others. They should record the efforts they are making to build better communities. For example, if a person led a class that resulted in 5 people earning their GED, then it would be helpful for the person to document those efforts. We want people to work toward becoming good citizens, and we want them to show the impact they are having on building safer communities. This strategy will help others see them differently. To assist community members, we're investing in building data graphs. If a person influences 5 people to prepare for success, and those 5 people go on to influence 5 more people, a person's influence grows in geometric proportions. Recording those contributions will help a person tell a more compelling story about working to reconcile with society. We want people to be extraordinary and compelling. And for that reason, we encourage participants to help others commit to this strategy of preparing for success upon release. To the extent we're able, our nonprofit will continue producing resources to help. Just as McDonald's built its empire through strategic marketing and consistent messaging, we can redefine our image by showcasing positive contributions, transparency, a commitment to personal growth, and personal excellence. Start building a tribe. Show your positive influences on improving your community and use that story to open new opportunities. Personal marketing is not about erasing one's history, but embracing growth, redemption, and a determination to be a law-abiding, contributing citizen. Now, you can see on this map, I've built it with different sizes of bubbles and interconnecting lines. This is the start of our Prison Professors Talent footprint. And we're showing the different prisons where we've begun introducing our program, and we're going to show how those bubbles grow and how it crisscrosses. But this is not really something that is limited to what I'm doing. It's something that you can be doing. You should be thinking today about how are you going to build this story that shows you're something more than what the government is saying about you at a given stage of the criminal justice process. You've got to always be showing that you are more, that you are building this life of meaning and relevance and dignity and contribution. And that's the way you can really influence changes in your future. You've got to be thinking about these obstacles and opposition you're going to face. I face them every day. Every day in my work when I'm trying to advocate to reinstate the U.S. Parole Commission or bring furloughs or bring work release programs into the prison system, there are many people who oppose those initiatives. And yet we have to continue working to build a story showing, hey, there's a better way. And if we can do that, we can influence more people, but we can't do it without you. And it's the same thing with you. If you've been sentenced, the judge said, I hereby sentence you to the custody of the Attorney General, well, at some point you're going to try and get relief from that sentence, or you are going to try to advocate to get some higher level of liberty. And when you are doing that, what you want to do is you want to be able to show how hard you've worked. In what ways have you done more than simply serve the time? You've got to always be thinking about what more can you do to build a better pathway to excellence. Show that you're different. And you've got to anticipate there's going to be opposition. There are going to be people that don't want you to get relief. And you can't cry about that. You just have to build a record that makes your story more extraordinary and more compelling. And I hope that's what you're learning by working through all of the Prison Professor's content. I would never ask anybody to do anything that I didn't do. Every day I am striving to work to advance this advocacy effort that's so meaningful to my wife and me. But it's really, I'm done. I'm done with the criminal justice system. I want you to be done. I want you to put this behind you. And to do that, you really have to start preparing for success upon release. That's what our course is about. I hope that you have it available in your institution. And I hope that you are really working to document your effort. You can continue documenting at prisonprofessorstalent.com. We're going to be sending in our new workbook, probably, I would guess, by the middle of August to members of our community. But if you want it and you don't get it, just have your family visit the prisonprofessors.com website, and they will see our books. And we hope that you will find a way to use those to help your journey. I am Michael Santos, the founder of Prison Professors, and I believe in you.